Hi there, Pokefans. I'm your humblest Joseph fan, and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Let's just talk to this professor again to see what is going on. Okay, so that is what happened at the end of the last episode. He gave us a rare candy. So let's just go through. Okay, I'm doing this little awkward thing because I want to talk to these two ladies as well. Now I can actually just go through. Route 206. And of course I'm going to have to fight some trainers on this bridge. Let's see what this guy has to offer. Now I think I might be dodging a couple of these trainers, just because I'm probably going to want to level someone else up as well. Okay, this looks like a fairly good matchup for us. Rock type versus flying type, and we have Spark. He goes for a wing attack. It does 3 damage to us. Not 3 damage, 3 damage. The number 3. We do about a quarter, I think, of damage. Okay, that only did 2 damage to us. Okay, rock throw, how much will that do? Okay, that takes him out. Or almost takes him out. He's just left with about 1 HP. Okay, now he goes for a double team. So that tells me that this Spark is basically just for water type Pokemon, because it is not a stab move for me. So it doesn't do as much damage as it otherwise would. But I am weak to water types only, so it's basically just to deal with water type Pokemon. It does deal with flying types as well. It will be excellent against something like a Pelipper, because that's a flying and a water type. That gives me a 4 times advantage with the electric type move, even though I do have stab with rock throw. Oh yeah, I have to use rock throw. He only goes for a tackle. That did about 3 or 4 damage. Okay, that takes him to the red, and unfortunately I have to do another rock throw. So there's no using attacks sparingly in this battle. Bonita fainted. Okay, no one leveled up yet, but they are getting mighty close to leveling up. I missed that guy. Okay, this guy, I go. Okay, so just right into the face of this guy. It was a head-on-head collision with this guy. He only has 1 Pokemon like every other guy I've fought so far. This is a poison and a flying type. Rock throw should be the most effective move I can use, even though Spark is so tempting. Let's go for Spark and see how much that does. All he does is trap me in this battle, but Zubat can't really damage me. That took him out completely. I did not expect that. Maybe because it's a Zubat, and probably also because I have a level advantage. I neglected to take note of the level difference, but I think I had a level advantage. Let's make an educated guess from this lady's 2 Pokemon. I would assume that Zubat was on a similar level to this Shinx over here. Okay, this Shinx has Intimidate, damn. And it is on level 15. So yeah, I probably had a decent level advantage against the Zubat. But that means I had a similar level advantage against that, what was it, okay, that bird. I can't remember its name right now. Staravia. Maybe it has to do with the evolutionary level as well. In other words, where on the evolutionary ladder it finds itself. And I pronounced the word ladder very poorly over there. I need to enunciate my words better. Who shall I go with now? Evidently I'm going with Matang. Now this might be a bad idea, especially if this Shinx over here has flamethrower. But it has bite, which is not much better since I am a psychic type. But my steel typing does give me a little bit of defense against the bite. That hardly did any damage at all. Okay, another confusion. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that takes out the Shinx. We leveled up a little bit. Well, not leveled up actually, we just gained experience. Gained a little bit of experience. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to fight that lady over there, or do I want to leave? Okay, does this lady have anything to say? That was just me trying to figure out which button to get off the bike, so I can properly get in front of these ladies and have a proper conversation. And as always, feel free to pause the video at any moment dialogue appears, because I am not actually reading any of the dialogue, as you may have noticed. It's just in case something interesting comes up. Okay. So I was playing this game and the game kept freezing over here. And I realized the reason it was freezing over here, right at this junction, where this lady over here comes up to us, is because I had a mod on my emulator which allowed me to evolve my Scyther without actually trading it, but with it only holding a metal cloak. And I had to remove that mod to get past over here. Okay, there's an item over there. But the question is, do I actually want to go and fetch that item? I can do it. Okay, let's just go and fetch it. Just get to the correct position with this bike. I can also go to the Pokemon Center over here, heal up a bit, and then go back. Like so. It's also the next morning. Okay, finally we get onto the bike. There was a little bit of a lag over there, and I forgot all about that item I was going to go and collect. Any one of you noticed that? Okay, now I can get up there. I did not fetch that item, and I approached this young lady from the wrong angle. I should have been exactly next to her so I can make this a one-on-one battle. But as it is, this is a 2-on-1 battle with one lady and one dude. They're probably brother and sister, so it's a good thing I didn't demand some interesting favors, let's put it like that, for this specific battle, because that would have been bad, really bad. Let's go for a double hit on Ponyta, because he's the biggest danger at the moment. Okay, that thing goes for baby doll eyes. And having Scyther's attack drop is a bad thing, because now I can't take out the Ponyta in a single attack. Luckily he doesn't take out my Scyther in a single attack, but he does get faster. And now I have to do a rock throw on the Ponyta to take him out. Now if the double hit took out the Ponyta, that rock throw would have taken out the squirrel. I'll see what its name is in a moment. Pachirisu. That is what would have happened, but that is not what happened in the end. And this time it is quite evident that the doublet is necessary to take out the Pachirisu, and then I go and bloody miss. Can you believe I missed? And why do I have so many or so little rock throws left? Did I actually heal up in that Pokemon Center, or did I just go in there to have a nap? Oh come on, why didn't that take out the Pachirisu? Evidently I did not heal up. Okay, so I made a mistake over there, because I tried to swap Scyther with Scyther, but Scyther is already in the battle. And I don't want Scyther to faint, even though he's a traded Pokemon. No, he's not a traded Pokemon. But he does gain levels very quickly. Oh come on, now Matang is paralyzed. And finally I take out the Pachirisu. That took way longer than it was supposed to. 2 Pokemon leveled up. Prinplup and Matang. Even though I'm trying very hard to get my Nosepass to level up. This would have been a much easier fight if it was a one-on-one fight. I should just get off the bloody bike and walk, because that is much easier to get to these very difficult and very fine motor skills areas. Ooh, I missed that guy by the hair on my chinny chin chin. I wonder if I can surf. No, I can't surf just yet. Okay, so now we meet this guy for the first time. Cyrus, I think his name is. Although this time, at the moment, his name is 3 question marks. And he's quite rude. The bugger. Makes me climb halfway up a mountain in order to get out of the way for him. Technically, I can smash those rocks. Am I going to do that? I may as well just walk around like this. There's an item over there. Question is, am I going to remember it when I come this way again? And we're on route 208. Almost ran into this hiker over here. This hiker is quite stressful. As you may notice, I edited out some of the waiting time necessary for him to turn, so that you guys don't have to wait 10 minutes for the guy to turn like I had to do. And yes, I am exaggerating a little bit on the time. It was only a minute or so. You can see the speed at which they turn, and that's about how long I needed to wait. Over there I encountered a wild Pokemon, which I did not want to fight. I wonder if this is far enough to dodge this guy at the bottom. It happened to be far enough, and I also dodged that artist dude at the top. Arthome City. Okay, let's see what this lady has to say. And this dude over here. Okay, not very much interesting to say. And here we have a bunny running into us. One of these days I have to do a playthrough where we specialize in bunnies. I mean, there are 3 obvious bunnies I can use. One is Bunny, one is one of the new fire types starters, and one is Bunnelby. Or what is it, Bunnelby? He evolves into a normal rock type. No, or normal ground type. Something like that. And then I can probably use Meryl as a bunny, even though he's a mouse. Even his evolved form is actually a mouse with long ears. But what is a bunny other than a bunny or a mouse with long ears? Granted, it's a very big mouse or a rat. And much cuter as well. Other than that, all of the others would have to be very interpretive. Let's put it that way. Pokemon Center. Let's heal up. Since I didn't do it the previous time I was in the Pokemon Center, I just stayed there for the night. I don't know why I just didn't heal up while I was staying over there, but here's a little lady. And now I find out who she is, I know where she lives, and it turns out she is the inventor of our box in which all of our Pokemon stay. Not the one here on the side of the screen, but the one the Pokemon get sent to at the end of the fight, if your party is full. Here's another Pokemon Center over here. Not Pokemon Center, a gym. Now am I on a high enough? Oh, there's Fantina over there. It doesn't look like I can fight her right this moment. Even if I do, and I do need to activate her thing. This looks like a cemetery. Or a church. That's what this is. Now, do they worship Arceus in this church? I mean, Arceus is the god in this world. I doubt that they actually do worship Arceus. Even though I can probably somehow induce a situation where I can encounter it, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, I did that for the grass playthrough, but the purpose of that was to simulate one of the mega beasts, or whatever you call those freaks that come out in the Alola region from the other dimension. Here's a fisherman. I wonder if he has a rod for me. Yes, why did I say no? Okay, let's see if I can buy any items. Or, of course I can buy items. Let's see if there are any useful items over here. Okay, there's a net ball and a hill ball. Let's get a couple of those. They might come in handy. And the place they will be handy is where I find a Pokemon I need for my team, and I'm far away from anything even nearly resembling a Pokemon Center or a healing area. And it saves me having to use any potions. Hi there, lady. Now, I wonder why those vending machines don't work. Would have been cool if those vending machines worked as well. So you can buy the waters and the lemonades and all of those stuff, but you can also buy the potions with the relative price hikes or differences, however you may want to do it. Okay, what am I doing right now? Clearly I am not ready for that gym right over there. But I don't really want to fight any of those guys. Even though they are not all that strong, I should be able to defeat every one of them. Okay, that is just taking me to the next area. Let's go in. Why am I going back to the Pokemon Center? That was probably for research purposes. Ah, okay. Explorer kit. Let's register that item and place it over there. That should make things a little bit easier. And I do that because I want to find a specific Pokemon. Now the question is, where is that specific Pokemon? And I bet you, even though you can't call me on that I did that because right around here somewhere is a location I need to go to in order to reach a certain area where I want to go underground and catch my next Pokemon. Assuming I manage to do that. Okay, so I cut out all of that underground stuff because I didn't find who I was looking for. Okay, what does this house have to offer? Now there's a pretty lady and her daughter. Before you guys think I'm a real bad guy and think I'm talking about the little girl over there, I was talking about this woman over here. And she sells berries. A cherry berry. And she asks 80 Pokédollars for it. Let's talk to the little girl and see if she will not reveal any of the family secrets. Okay. So she says that we can find the location of our berries on the map. Okay, let's see what we're going to do now. I hope I'm not going back to the bloody Pokemon Center because we've been there 3 times in this one episode. Yes, we're not going to the Pokemon Center. We have to go and talk to Fantina over here. Get her attention. Have this dialogue over here and then she runs away. But we can't actually fight her just yet. We have 2 other badges that we have to do, but now we have to do this little interaction over here. And I am not interested in the least in any contest stuff. But we are going to obtain some of this stuff. And it's up to us whether we want to do anything about it or not. This contest stuff. Now the contest thing was always something that did not interest me in the least. I did try it right in the beginning, but I was not at all interested. Okay, all of these stands are run by Nurse Joy. I wonder if any of these guys will give me anything. So let's quickly have a look at what it looks like inside here just before we end this episode. How about this lady? As they do give you some information. That's why it's a good thing to talk to everybody, if you can manage it. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like and sharing it with your friends. Thank you and goodbye.